Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to run MemGPT with local LLMs. Now before we move on, I would like to show a very important statistics. This is the OpenAI usage data. As you can see, on 26th of October, I have hit a hard limit on my expenditure because I was trying MemGPT and the prompts were using so many tokens that it led to the maximum limit for this month. So what solution do we have? So one solution is that you stop using LLMs, which I probably won't. And the other solution is to find large language models which can run locally and integrate that with MemGPT. So if you want to see a deep dive into MemGPT and how to use that, I have this video. You can have a watch. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how to integrate the much awaited MemGPT with local LLMs. Now, if you head over to the GitHub repository of MemGPT, and then if you head over to this link, new LLMs, then you head over to the discussions that are going here. Then you can find that we have this located here, and then you will be diverted to this location, to this page. They have given details of how to connect the MemGPT to non-OpenAI LLMs, and this is the process that I'm going to follow. First, we are going to install Ooga Booga UI. We're going to change the port from 7860 to 5000. Now, I'm going to show you everything on using virtual or cloud GPUs using RunPods. So let's do this. So we head over to RunPods, and you can see we have in the pod section, I have a pod which is running right now, but this is the pod in which I will show you everything. But let's see how to create this pod. So you go to template here, and then you're going to go to the blocks template. This one, RunPod, the blocks LLM. So this you're going to say deploy. Once you say deploy, it will be added to this location. And now you want to pick a GPU. So let's pick deploy this one. Here you're going to go to custom deployment, and you can see that here you have two HTTP 7860 and 5000. So you just have to say set overrides and then start up the server. But I'm not going to do it here because I already have this pod running, and this is my running pod. So once you have that pod running, what you can say is you can say connect, and then you can start up this connect to HTTP 7860. So just click here, and it will show you the web UI. Okay, Ooga Booga text generation web UI. And here you need to go to the models section here. Let me see if I have any models loaded. No, we need a model. There aren't many models that work right now. One of the models which work is Dolphin, and the other is the Ouroboros. So you can try that. And in this video, we're going to try out Dolphin. So let's head over to the eHartford's Dolphin model. Copy this name of the Dolphin model. Head over to the text generation web UI. Put it here. And let's say download. As you can see, the downloading speed is pretty fast. It's done. I haven't sped up the video. It's done. So downloading is done. Once the downloading is done, you can go and refresh this so as to load up the currently downloaded model. Then you can go to none here, and again select this and select somewhere, click somewhere outside of this region, and click on load. Once you click on load, you should see the settings for this has been updated. Click on load. Loading this, successfully loaded the model, and then it's done. Open up a web terminal. So I open this web terminal, and let's do the magic here. Let me change this folder to a folder of mine on the document documents, I've created a folder known as YouTube. So we are doing it here right now. So YouTube. So now you're going to clone the repository of MemGPT. So let's head over to the MemGPT GitHub repo. Where is that? This one. Go to code and copy this, head back to the terminal and say git. Of course you need to have git install, git clone, and paste this link. So this has created a new folder known as MemGPT. We want to go inside it. So MemGPT. So we are inside this folder. Now we are going to create a Conda environment so that everything is managed well. Conda create new, what do you call this folder? Let's call this, let's give it a pretty name. Let's call it pretty. Okay. And the Python version that I'm going to use is one less than the latest, which is 3.11, and it is going to create. So it's asking me yes or no, and for if you have a bracket at y, you don't need to write a y. You can just press return, and then it is going to set up your Conda environment. So I say Conda, you can see it here, Conda activate pretty. I can say Conda activate pretty. Done. Next, we are going to install some requirements. So how to install? Pip install -r requirements, and txt. So this is going to load up the pip install requirements, everything. It is going to install everything. Since you have created a separate environment using Conda, it is very easy and you won't mess up this step ever. Next, we are going to set up the API keys. Now this is an important part where it is going to connect to the text generation web UI that we have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this, okay, and I'm going to head back to the terminal here. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say export OpenAI API base. Okay, so this is the command that you need to give. Okay, OpenAI API base, and then I'm going to paste the link there. But in place of 7860, we're going to put a 5000 here, and I'm going to say return. So that set up the API base, and when you say API base is this, so whatever the large language models that has been working and running within this text generation web UI interface, we are going to use that model. We're going to use that API instead of the OpenAI API, costly API, which has costed me $10. But yeah, next step, what I'm going to do is it's export backend type. Okay, this is web UI. So backend type is web UI, and everything is mentioned here, guys. Here, if you see, we have working case. It's showing a working case somewhere, and there you can see the things that it needs to do. So you can see here, export OpenAI API base is this, backend is this, and you just have to run this Python 3 main.py and no verify. So now what I'm going to do is let's start this up. Okay, so I say Python 3 main.py and -- no _ verify. Press return, and let's see if we are able to create that magic. Let's see. Just wait for it, 5 seconds, I think. Okay, it's working. So it's asking me if I want to load up the recent configuration file. I would say no, because I want to show it to you. Next, which model you would like to use? You can press the up and down arrows to select the model, and let's select GPT-4. It's this guys. It's not GPT-4 actually. It's another model that we are running it on web UI, Ooga Booga text generation web UI. We are running the Dolphin model, but this code thinks that we are using GPT-4 because we have passed an endpoint which looks similar to a GPT-4, or else in technical terms we are replacing the API, the GPT-4 API, with your own API. So I'm gonna select, basically you can select any one of these. So first of all is Sam. The Sam is the following is a starter person. It can be expanded as a personality develops. Sam Pov is a starter person expanded as a personality develops. I am Sam. I don't identify as a male or female. MemGPT starter, we have MemGPT doc. Okay, let's start with the basic one, Sam. Next, we can see which user would you like to use. First name, Chad, and next is CS PhD. This is far as I know, this is actually us, the data of us that is stored in the model. So when we start MemGPT, it is going to think that we are a CS graduate, or do you want it to think that we are a basic name, first name Chad? So let's say I'm a CSD PhD, CS PhD, and press return. And would you like to preload anything into MemGPT's archival memory? So if you want to preload, you can preload so many things, SQL files and all, but not now. I say no. Hit enter to begin your request first MemGPT message. I hit return. Okay, let's see the magic. I am nervous. Let's see if it is working or not. Okay, hello Chad, nice to meet you. How's the day going? I am good. First of all, I'm not Chad. I am Tim. I'm Tim. Okay, so let's see the output. Waiting. Hi there, I'm sorry, I made an assumption earlier. My apologies. What's your name? I already told. I'm Tim. I said Tim. My name is Tim. So Tim, tell me about yourself. What interests and hobbies do you enjoy? I enjoy making videos for YouTube audience on AI related topics. It's thinking. Let's see. It's thinking. Oh wow, that sounds really interesting. Can you give me an example of one of your videos? I mean, this is perfect. If you want to learn more about this MemGPT and the other commands that we can give, you can head back to the GitHub repo, and you can see there are so many commands that you can give, that you can use. And one of these commands, you can see there is an exit here, there's a save. Basically you can save a checkpoint. Let me show you here. So whatever conversations that we have done, I can actually save that check as a checkpoint. So I can say save. Okay, so I have saved this as a checkpoint, and if I now exit everything, so and we start this terminal again, I say no, and I say Sam, this is okay, let's start with anyone, CS graduate, and I say no. And now if we start up everything, and I want to load that same conversation that I had, so that's an interesting phenomenon that we can have. Now it's calling me Chad again, but if I want, I can load up that checkpoint. So I can say / load, and it is going to load up. It should have been able to load up. It doesn't work, but hey, we are able to load up this basic one. This should do for now. Now, having made the integration between the web text generation web UI and MemGPT, we are now ready to create some magic in the next videos. I will try different use cases. MemGPT is the answer to it's one step closer to AGI, I would say. But yeah, in this video we have done everything that is required to run MemGPT with your local large language models. We have used this Dolphin 2.0 Mistral 7B. We can use other models as well, which I think would perform well, especially the Ouroboros, which is a 70 billion parameter. I think this should run well. In my next video, I will use this, because this has turned to be a longer video. I will use this Ouroboros. And so anyways, I would like to end this session, and I thank you so much for tuning in. This is your host. I will see you next time. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, and that's all. Bye bye. Have a nice day.